Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. As you notice, I got my really snazzy Tilly hat on tonight, and this is my old one. Anyway, follow along with me, and we're going to talk about how we can prepare these better for rainy weather. Be right back with you. Welcome back again, and before we get started, I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and share with your friends and enemies. Let's get going with the video. So, this is my Tilly hat. I've had it this is a brand new one. It's not even a year old, it's called the T3 model, and the material's a little bit different. It's a cotton duck material, but it's not the same as my original one I've had for 15, 16, 17 years, I think. And this is a waxed cotton hat. Now, I don't remember if this one came already waxed. I think it may have come waxed already. But man, this thing right here is really held up to the weather. And you can see it's pretty old. You see the brass on it. It's got brass buttons and eyelets and ventilation kind of stuff. And you can see here on the inside of it, this is an original Tilly hat right here. Now, I've had this right here for a long time. I got it on a Ray Mears course in the UK, and I have been nothing but happy with it. And this thing right here has really served me well. Well, some months ago, a buddy of mine gave me this one right here, and what a great gift. And this is my replacement version. Now, I'm going to leave this right here a little bit without waxing this right here. And the reason why is because I want it to be a little bit more breathable, I would say. But how about those of you who are out there and you don't want to spend 70, 80, 90 bucks on a hat, but you can, for like $9, buy one of these right here, or maybe about 20 bucks. This right here is It's a Boonie Hat I bought when I was in the Czech Republic a couple years ago with my son. I think it was like 3 years ago. And this one right here is the Czech camouflage. You see, it's a really nice green camouflage right here, but it's just a cotton hat, and rain goes right through it. Okay, so how can we fix that? Well, there are a number of ways we can do it. Number one way, you can spray it with something like a knee wax. You can do something like that, and that will help give it some kind of a water resistance. It's kind of like that. You notice it has these holes in it, so it's not going to be 100% water resistant, but it definitely would keep the rain off your face, off your head, just kind of like that, and keep you drier. And if this stays dry, then it's not going to be your under hair, this kind of stuff is not going to be wet either. So it's a good way. It's a good thing to do is to waterproof it. And there's another way. You can buy some of these very expensive waxes. And I find them a little bit more difficult to mess with. And what you do is you can either sort of rub it in like a bar of soap, or you can melt it in a tin over some boiling water and then paint it on. Okay. The problem I find with that is that it leaves lots of extra residue, and it doesn't really it's just too thick, and what happens afterwards, you have flaking, this kind of stuff. So what I like to use, a lot of people and I've used this on my shoes, I use it on a lot of stuff, and that's Snow Seal. And if you notice, I've had this right here for like 20 years, and it's still halfway full. And so with some Snow Seal and a trusty, really nice hair dryer, you can actually get this thing water resistant, okay, to a certain level. All you got to do is just be willing to put your fingers inside this stuff right here. Now, you can melt it down a little better, but it also works pretty well if you go into it and you just rub into it this product. And I rub it in. I warm it up with my hands as I do it, so it really blends in really well. And I just do the top part. I don't need to do the bottom part of it. And you can see the color, the change in the color is a little bit shinier now. I love that smell. But maybe I'm crazy, Anyway, so you keep doing this right here until you get the whole thing you get the whole thing waxed, okay, or the wax on it, okay. Get the brim, all this kind of stuff really well. Then so that's what you do. You keep going around the entire hat with the snow seal until and this is a cotton hat. It's a cotton, 100% cotton Boonie Hat. Like I said, I got, and this didn't cost a whole lot of money. I like the color of it. It's really nice. I also have a patrol cap with the same color on it. And this company is a German company. It's like mil spec. It's all copies and this kind of stuff. But it's made in China. It's made on the cheap. So I'm not losing a lot here. But I do want to get it, for the sake of doing it out, because I don't really use this hat right here. I primarily use another, my Tilly hat if I'm using a hat, or I wear quite often baseball caps. One thing I can tell you is that a baseball cap does not work in rainy weather, and I suggest that you get yourself a cowboy hat or something else that can keep the rain off the back of your neck, off your face. You'll have a much more pleasant time. I think I've told maybe this story before in a video, and when I went to the Ray Mears course many years ago, everybody had Tilly hats except for me, the American. And it was in the UK, and Tilly's a Canadian brand. And I think I've done a video about Tilly hats before, but and I spoke about bush hats and sun hats, this kind of stuff. And all this is a sun hat, and in a tropical zone, this is fine because you're going to be wet anyway, and that's what they were primarily developed for and designed for, and that was wearing in a really hot, sunny or hot, humid climate like the jungle or like the deserts like that. And so that's what they're used for. A little side note, not to brag here, but my uniform and my original desert hat is in the 3rd Infantry Division Museum archives. And when I got back from the Gulf War, I was sick of that camouflage. Although we didn't really get to wear it. I mean, I didn't see the desert colored camouflage until at the very end. All the Air Force had it though. When they were in the rear, they were all very well equipped, but we didn't have it. Okay, and so, but it didn't really matter because we were moving around mostly at night, and the woodland worked just as well. And so for me, no big deal. I mean, but it's quite funny when you think about it. You go over there and you went to the desert that time, and you weren't wearing any desert at all. Nowadays, they don't need to even have a special camouflage because they have the OCP or the multicam or the Scorpion camouflage, which blends in pretty much. It blends in relatively well everywhere. Really funny. I was watching a video about the jungle school now. It's in Hawaii, and it even blends in pretty well there. Not in the foliage, but with the ground, because it gets muddy very quickly there. Everything is dirty. It's a very red dirt, rich red dirt, orange colored dirt. And so that's what you see everybody wearing. So anyway, so I have pretty much gotten this whole thing. You see how shiny it is? Looks like it's completely wet. Well, it's got this product on it now. So what do we do next? Well, now we get the hair dryer out, and we go ahead and we get it plugged up, which I'll do now. And then we're going to melt the product a little more. So it's going to get a little loud. Hang in there with me. And make sure it gets hot. Yeah, it's hot. Okay. I don't know if you can see this, but it should absorb and dry up a bit, which it's doing. And that's what you want it. You want it to absorb the material, dry up a bit. And you just go around heating up the wax on the hat. Be careful not to burn yourself. This hair dryer is pretty warm. And you just go around and you just melt the product into the cotton material. And you just move around doing that. So the whole thing has been warmed up, heated up, and the material has dried. Look, this has been really quick. I mean, I've done this probably is taking maybe 5-6 minutes to do all this. So it's something you can do very, very quickly to a hat, any kind of hat, you know, and any kind of cloth you can do this with also. Now, I don't suggest you do it to a wool hat, and you don't really need to. But there you go. I've got it. Yep. I've got it on there. So now it's all, yeah, now it's all absorbed in there. So let's do a little test on it, see how well it works. I have myself a towel here on my table. I got a bottle of water here. And let's see if this holds up, okay? If you guys can see this, make it very, oh wow, yeah, it's really just, yeah, you see that? It's speeded up really well. It's really done its job, yeah. So it works, okay? And, well, I knew it was going to work because it's not my first day on the, you know, I may have fallen out of a potato truck when I was born, but it wasn't yesterday. Anyway, so there you go. So get yourself some snow seal. And I need to get myself some more because I need to have some backup. And put it on your hat. You know what? It doesn't even feel like it's got anything on it, though. I mean, it's really still just as floppy, you know. Looks really good. You can see the color very well on it, you know, but you don't see any residue. You don't see any wax on it, and that's what's important because, like I said, this wax that they usually use is like some stuff for Babor or for Filson or wax jackets, and I just think this is much better product for that kind of usage than it is to use the wax that they're using. Actually, this has beeswax and this kind of stuff too, so it's quite good, and it's, you know, it's soft. You can easily put it in. It melts very, very easily, and you can easily touch it up if you need to in the long run. So there you go. Hope you got something from this video. Put this thing on my head here. There we go. I hope you all enjoyed the video and got something from it. And try it out. Try waxing your headgear instead of going out and spending, like I said, 70, 80, 90 bucks on a Tilly hat or whatever it costs for the Gore-Tex Seattle sombrero from Outdoor Research. You know, just take an old Boonie hat you may have laying around that still has a lot of usage in it, and just use some snow seal on it. By the way, snow seal is not, you know, I don't get anything from, I just like the product. So, but if snow seal, if you're out there listening, you know, send me a new jar of it. That'd be really nice, and I'd really appreciate it. But I think in the long run, I'm gonna have to go online and order some. But it works great on everything. I mean, my boots. I put it on leather. I put it on everything, and it works really well. And it has worked well. I've used it on. I make some shoulder bags, and I put that on. And also, I mean, they are completely just sorted out. And now I put it on a Boonie hat. So I hope this gives you some ideas. Let me know what you think. You know, down in the comments below. Have you done this before? And if you have, with what product? Maybe you've done it with Snow Seal. Maybe you've done it with some other products. I'd like to know what the outcome was. And what do you think about that? Hope to hear from you very soon. Again, thanks for coming to the channel. God bless you, and I hope you all have a great weekend. And don't forget to subscribe. You know, a lot of people out there just watching, they're just ghosting my channel, just watching it, you know, and not subscribing. You'd really help me out a lot if you would hit that subscribe button. And I have 300 videos on backlog. Check them out. Let me know. Talk to you soon. I hope you all have a pleasant weekend. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.